Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Casual Caffeinated Conversations. I'm super excited because I'm joined today by Ty, who at Thin Air, they call you Ty, the Neuro guy. So did they come up with that or did you?
That was a combination between Crystal and myself. I was starting to do a little bit more science communication articles, blog articles at the time. And Crystal's like, oh, you need some sort of like a public moniker. So I took some inspiration from Bill Nye, the science guy, because he was inspired me for science when I was a kid. Yeah. And it just so happens that there's a nice fun rhyming there with Ty, the Neuro guy.
Yeah, I like it. I just think it's fabulous. I can't wait. We need to get you like all dressed up and get you a show. Fabulous. Okay, we're going to talk about mental health today. I've got a game that we're going to play first. I'm going to say one word and you have to say the first word that comes to your mind.
Ooh, this could be fun.
Yeah. Okay, are you ready? Okay, community.
Help.
Mental illness.
Misunderstood.
Mental wellness.
Everyone has it.
Connections.
Oxytocin.
Outside.
Can like my deep breath like count as a response?
Yeah.
Yeah, breath of fresh air.
Yep, that's perfect. And now that's neurology.
Oh, fascinating conversations, endless discovery, the final frontier.
Yeah, we'll go with the final frontier. I love it. This question is a one-word answer. Why is mental health and illness so hard and scary to talk about?
It's subjective. We don't know if it's there or not. So there's all this ambiguity. I guess subjective is the one-word answer, and then I couldn't help but elaborate.
That's okay. Yeah, that's perfect. It's funny because nobody has said the same thing for this. So we're going to build this big, huge board of words so that when we get to the mental health even next year, we've got a big, huge display of things that we need to work on. How can someone ask for help when they don't know how? And this can be a long answer.
That's actually a really good question, because if they don't know how to ask for help, just reaching out, trying to get connection, I think is honestly the first step. You need to feel safe in order to feel vulnerable. And that starts with doing the things necessary to feel safe. So, getting to know someone, building a relationship, getting that bit of trust, and then beautiful things can happen from there.
Yeah, I agree. It's really hard to ask for help, but it's taking the first step, right? And knowing there's more than one option. Now, we're talking about changing the narrative all of the time. If there was one topic or one word or one sentence that you would change the narrative around, what would it be?
I would like to switch mental illness to neurodiversity. So when you think about like mental health from like an evolutionary biology perspective, it's all about trade-offs. So when someone has depression, they have anxiety, it's not that they're doing things incorrectly, it's that they're doing things for an environment that isn't the same as everyone else. They've been optimized towards behaving in different ways. And once you start to appreciate those trade-offs, you start to see that actually mental illnesses can be a form of a superpower.
Yes, I love that. We need to do an article on that. I'm going to send it to you right now. That's great. I love those words. Neurodiversity and superpower. Okay, my word for the year is action. What is your word for the year?
Self-reflection.
Why?
It's through self-reflection that we gain the insight into what triggers us, what helps us in order to make our environment actually work towards us and support us.
That's some good words.
Oh, thank you.
Now you're doing a lot of things in the mental wellness space right now. And it would be really great to talk about that before we jump off. Those are all my questions, but I would really like it if you could tell us everything that you're working on, because I think a lot of people need to come and get involved and listen. And
oh, everything that I'm working on? All right, this can be a list.
Yeah.
I guess, so on one hand, I'm the research director for Branch Out Neurological Foundation. So I have a very active role in helping select the funding for studies about alternative approaches to brain health, with mental health being one big component to that. but also just appreciating the other ways in which, diet, physical activity, all those sorts of things all contribute towards brain health. And then as part of that, I like our organization does a lot of training opportunities with students, a lot of science outreach, really trying to make sure that the community is aware of the impact of the research that we're funding, and help our scientists be the best that they can, both in and out of the lab.
Which is perfect. And you guys have an annual fundraiser for Branch Out coming up, right?
Yeah, our annual bike tour, returning after COVID. So it should be a really exciting time this year.
That's awesome. And if you could send me the link, then I'll make sure we post it and we share it around, because I think everybody should get involved with supporting that. And then tell us about the workshops that you're doing outside of Branch Out.
Yeah, so in my role as APIC Cortex, we're really trying to change the narrative around mental health within the cultural discourse. So right now we're doing a workshop series called Burnout Beer, where we're trying to do relatively casual, somewhat informal sessions where we teach people about the neuroscience of how mental health is really about trade-offs. That way we can help people appreciate why they might be experiencing that way, why it could potentially be good, and some strategies to help manage it. And then that's an example of the broader set of workshops and public talks that APIC Cortex offers as a service.
That's perfect. And then send me the link and we'll make sure we promote all those. Now, to attend one of those workshops, you're having them weekly right now, aren't you?
Yes. So the one this evening will be on anxiety. Next week, we're actually taking a week off due to some scheduling constraints, but then we'll be back the week after to talk about ADHD. Week after that will be how exercise is good for our brain. And then the week after that, we'll be focusing more on personality.
Oh, this is awesome. And how do people get involved? How much does it cost to attend these workshops? What do people need to do?
So the Burnout Beer series is free. So you can attend either on Zoom or you can join us at the Rail Yards location of the Work Nicer co-working space. So we'd love to have everyone join there. And then the other workshops that we offer, those can either be purchased through organizations looking to sponsor public talk, or for companies that are looking for some sort of a more private consulting package where we dive into more of the details and how that can interact with their corporate culture.
I just love it. I just love all the work that you're doing. And I think it's great. You're going to lift the community up, and we're all going to hopefully understand mental health one day and be able to support each other better. Please make sure you send me all the links so I can share them, and they'll be in the comments for this podcast. And thank you so much for all your great words about mental health. You're just fabulous.
Oh, no worries. Thank you. And then just so that I don't forget, I'm going to send you the bike tour, the Burnout Beer series, yes. And I feel like there's one more thing.
And the stuff for if people want to hire you to come into their organization, so we can go through all of that, and we'll share everything that we have. And it's just great. This is awesome.
Awesome. Okay.